Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. You're looking at the Geschützwagen E100. The Tier 10 German SPG is located on the eastbourne of Malinovka, and this one is under the command of randyxx777. And he's going to take his 21cm out for a spin. Now he's saying to the EBR and his team, don't die, stay alive and be my eyes. Well, that's because he's actually in platoon with that EBR 105. Poor hamster. I don't think there's any relation between the two. Okay, now 900 Alpha, penetrating 53mm of armor with 11.4 meters burst radius. He's ready to shoot and he's looking for a target. Now, initially, what he's doing here is he's looking at this tree line here because this is a favorite spot for the tank destroyers. And the EPRs found somebody straight away. In fact, it was the EMX 13105 that actually did the spotting. Rounds out in the Kampfpanzer. A little short. Now, the good news is this Arty has 30 rounds of ammunition. So that's good. I would have fired the shell at the spotting bush because the EBR 105 on the enemy team went into that. That's nearly always the first one I go to, but yes, there are some tank destroyers who will go to the same spots, and they found the GWE 100 on the enemy team. Just lining up. There's more than one Arty on the team, by the way. Lining up shots. Rounds out. Looks good. He knows he's under attack. Well, it looks like ours was the second shell that went in. The Batchat 155-58 was the one who got the first hit. Okay, enemy tanks are starting to appear up the north. And so we're going to be devoting our attention to those tanks because, of course, the whole battle really does, in the end, depend on how much damage we can do to keep these guys at bay. And the best thing to do is to actually hit the tanks, try to attack our teammates. Just to one side of the ST1. He didn't aim directly at the ST1's rear. It did go straight to the target, but he only got splash out of that one. Now the standard reload for this Arty, 37.39 seconds, but his reload time is less than that, and we're about to find out what it is because he's actually in sniper mode now, or battle assistant. 28.85, rounds out the Superconk. Just misses him, but he actually tracked the Superconk and he stunned the Conqueror at the same time. And so as a result, he's actually slowed down the guys getting to our guys. Okay, pre-aim on the next target. I always do this. Get ready after you fired your last shot and reposition. Look for the next target. You want to be pumping those shells out as quickly as you can on the right target. Rounds out, looks good. Oh, he hit somebody directly. There was somebody there and he took the full brunt of that shell. So there is an enemy tank there that's heavily stunned. We don't know who it was, but he definitely got a direct hit. No doubt about that whatsoever. Okay, these guys are starting to push down from the hill. It's unfortunate, but he fires the round at the Kampfpanzer. Splashes him, and he stunned the Superconk at the same time, and he's picking up loads of stun assist. Nicely done that he avoided that tree. And he's getting more stun assist. Okay, ready to go. Okay, those guys have actually backed off, so now he can go for these light mediums, or the medium tanks. The STB-1 will be a good hit if he can get it across his path, because he's going... Oh, he's using that rock. Okay, rounds out on him. He moves forward. Oh, he got him! He got a direct hit and a kill, but he doesn't know how much damage he did. I guess we'd have to rewind the camera to see how many hit points he actually did have. But the shell went right into the side of that STP and went straight through him. Oh, that was a lovely one, that was. That's a dangerous tank taken out of the game with one shot. Now, he's not going to be able to take that Leopard off unless he gets an ammo rack. But he decides not to shoot because he's found a Jaegeru. Now, the Jaegeru's attacking our 121. Now, that you need to give enough lead time. Remember, it's the other side of the battlefield. Long flight time for the shell, 3.6 seconds. Okay. Fires the shell in at that spot, but the guy backs off. And nothing out of that one. Now he's moving to avoid getting counter-batteried. A lot of counter-batterying going on, but not all of it is by good Arty players, because a lot of the good Arty players don't have to use cheats. They're quite happy using their skills to actually go to counter-battery. There's only a few that actually have chosen to cheat, and of course Wargaming will be aware that there is cheating going on. That's another direct hit, this time on the Super Conk. He got rid of his stun very, very quickly. He's just rocking backwards and forwards at that moment. The Leopard is looking prime for an attack. So is that Kampfpanzer 07 PE, one of the new tanks. Okay, they're approaching. Oh, push the wreck of the ST1 out of the STB1 out of the way. Now, lead the target just a little. That's it. Now got him. Rounds out. Looks good. Direct hit. Perfectly on target. Just today, I got a message through Facebook Messenger from a tank player who was actually complaining bitterly about Arty players and how he spent the entire game in a Super Conqueror completely stunned by 3 enemy Arty who all happened to be noobs because they were all tomato red. And I just said to him, well, the reason why you keep getting stunned is because they're able to do it, and the only way to avoid being stunned is to learn how to be an Arty player yourself, so you don't fall victim to attacks like that. Well, he just got a direct hit on the enemy tank that was in the background. Didn't see. I think it may have been. Was it the Super Conk that was going up the hill? We'll see him when he first appears. That Kampfpanzer is now a one-shot. In fact, he's a splash kill. We only need to get around near him, and he will expire. Oh, there's the tank. It is the Leopard 1, funnily enough. It looks like the Batchat 155-58 is actually firing multiple rounds at that Kampfpanzer 07 to take him out. Meanwhile, the enemy is actually sending a tank south across the battlefield on the west side of the map. The Kampfpanzer goes down in the end to our E3. That Leopard's badly damaged. He's going to go over the edge of the cliff, and oh, that was so close. 102, but he does go down, and there's stun assist off that one. The kill goes to the M48 Patton. We're 4 up on the enemy now. The AMX-13 105 is now hunting. He's found a victim. It's another Leopard, and he's running for his life. You see his turrets turned round as he tries to escape. He's sliding as he turns. Now, if you get this guy, you stun him. The AMX-13 105 will thank you because he will take the kill. Line up the shot. Actually pulls back into the shell, and he does get stunned, but he uses his first aid kit straight away to get rid of it. But he is now 2-shot. Meanwhile, an enemy has made it across the battlefield. It's a Minotauro. All we've got is a Gorilla 15 defending, and he just fluffed his shot. Must have hit the armor. So we're almost loaded. We can help that Gorilla if we can get the shots to disable the Minotauro. He's actually gone behind the buildings. Now, this is where it really counts for Arty, that you help a teammate by doing something like that. That's tracked him. 290 hit points. He's not going anywhere. Oh, he's fixed his tracks, so he's burned his repair kit. He's trying to close with the Gorilla. The Gorilla's being very, very cagey here, trying to get the best angle. He'll hide behind the building, and this is where we can get the shell on target. Once we're loaded, he's gone into the clinch. Rounds out. Well, it did directly hit the Minotauro. It stunned the Gorilla at the same time, But the Minotauro is now down to 702. He's taking fire from another direction. And he's the last one to die, which means we've won the game. It's all over. It's always good when an Arty player can help a teammate out by disabling the enemy and making it possible for them to get the kill shot. On that occasion, we actually helped the gorilla to escape the clutches of that Minotauro, and in the process disabled the guy because he was tracked once the other shot went in. There was no way he could move, and our teammates could finish him off and win the game for us. So, what did we get? Well, randyxx777 in the GW E100 managed to get a first-class tanker. Actually, I should have said Geschützwagen E100. Yes, I keep trying to say it, the German pronunciation of it. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 14 in that one. And his win rate, 3,137. Sadly, his platoon mate in the EBR 105 didn't survive the battlefield. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in this game. That went to the 121B on our team with 5,177 hit points. He picked up a Confederate, so he didn't get 20% of the enemy hit pool. Second highest damage was the M48 Patton, who got 4,046 hit points of damage. And the third highest was the Leopard 1 on the enemy team, managed 3,580 hit points of damage. We can see that Randy picked up 3,294 hit points of damage. There was only one player on the enemy team above him, 2 on his own, which puts him in 4th place on damage. When it came to kills, though, it was the Patton and the Udes. Both came out with 3 kills apiece. The Leopard 1 managed 2 kills, the E3 managed 2, and so did the E3 on the enemy team. I'm afraid Randy only got 1 kill out of the game, but I'm sure he's happy about that anyway. And when it came to base XP, yep, it's the AMX-13105, that rather mobile tank. Unfortunately, he did get taken out in the game. He got a patrol duty and a scout in that game, so obviously he was well ahead of our EBR platoon mate and able to spot the enemy before he did, and that's why he actually ended up with the scouting medals in that game. Yes, he got 1,721 hit points of damage and 1 kill, but he got 1,097 base out of the game. He's the highest scorer on base. The second highest was the 121B, who got the highest damage, of course, 948 to him. 862 went to Randy in 3rd place on XP. So only one player managed to get over 1,000, and it was the scout on this occasion. Our EBR teammate, well, unfortunately, he didn't do so well because he only got 510, 1 kill, and 556. But thank you for playing EBR 105. Usually it's the team that starts the battle with an EBR that wins, or finishes the battle with the EBR, wins the game. On this occasion, we had the alternative, which was an MX-13105 as well, and the enemy EBR did not do well indeed. So let's have a look at detail. 16 shots fired by randyxx. He got 6 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, and 16 splash. Now, I'd be interested to find out which one he actually penetrated in that game. Was it the STB? Yes, it was. I was right about that. He went right through the side of the vehicle. The reason we didn't know it was a penetrating shot at the time was that he momentarily disappeared from sight. He went unspotted, but our shell hit him, went through, and then we saw the tank reappear as a wreck a moment later. And yes, it was 620 hit points from that shot alone. And that took out a very deadly opponent because, as you know, STB-1s, very strong mediums with a 105mm gun, a kneeling tank, and a very fast turn of speed. So he actually managed to get rid of somebody very, very deadly on the enemy team. You also got 3,294 hit points of damage, all of which was at more than 300 meters. Damaged 80 the enemy, killed 1, did 2,077 hit points of stun assist off 15 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he actually earned a profit of 69,563 credits from that game. And he also got 7 bonds for being tier 10 and 862 base XP times 5. So he took away 4,310 experience points altogether. I guess the reason this wasn't an ace tanker game was that he just didn't have enough stun assist there to make it up. But it was a good game, had some good moments in it and some good shots by randyxx. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.